Years back, I used to work at a local pizza restaurant down the road from my college dorm. I was a delivery driver for the company, so I'd be constantly up and down the roads in my Toyota Camry. One night, I worked a late shift as I needed the extra money. Normally, I don't do the late shift as you get really weird calls in the night, but I really needed the money, so it was my only choice. Occasionally, when I wasn't driving pizzas across town, I'd be charged the phone by the till. One night, I received a really strange call from an unlisted number. Unfortunately for me, our policy was to answer the phones at all costs. As I lifted the phone, a deafening screech burst through the receiver. I immediately hung up the phone immediately, and I returned back to waiting at the till. I say around 5 minutes went by before the phone rang again. Immediately without even looking, I knew who it was. As I picked it up, I expected to hear a high-pitched scream again, but I didn't. Instead, it was just some old lady. She went and apologized for the high-pitched noises. It supposedly was to sign with her new phone, but would her phone be unlisted? Anyways, I went to take her order on a small cheese pizza with anchovies, something that old people really like. As I went to take her address, the address I took that day is an address I'll never forget. As I stood there waiting for the dreadful ding of the oven, I started to regret taking the night shift. What the pizza almost sounded like it was 1,000 needles had been shoved into my skin. Coming to my Toyota Camry, I never felt more scared. Knowing was this address in the middle of nowhere, it was 40 minutes from my nearest town. It took me about 45 minutes to get to the address. As I pulled up to the house, the sight shocked me quite a bit. The house was boarded up and had missing planks and overgrown gardens. I stepped out of the car and I saw her face staring at me through the window. I assumed it was the old woman at the time. As I knocked the door, a croaky voice ordered me to place it on the table out the back. It was rather an unusual request, but I followed it. As I fell into the back garden, I saw some sort of tent set up with a table underneath it. At the closer end of the back facing me, I saw a figure what appeared to be a woman. I approached the table to place the pizza, and instantly a shock went down my spine. The woman sat at the table was dead, and her face had been removed. As I turned around, stood in front of me was a man, who was ghostly pale and covered in cuts, holding a scalpel and a saw. I swung, punched him, and legged it. I had a good 20 seconds to escape before we caught up. I climbed into my car and I sped down the road, leaving the pizzas behind. As I looked in my rearview window, I saw the man stood there motionlessly in the road, screaming his head off. Whoever he was ill, terribly ill. In hope of sharing the story, I hope you can warn others before it's too late. Whatever you do, don't go 2722 Red Maple Drive. You'll thank me someday.